Hi, it's Abigail again, the little miniature pincher with big dreams. And I mean big dreams. You know, every night when I curl up in my cozy bed next to Kai, my imagination runs wild. I never know where my dreams will take me next. Sometimes I'm on a grand adventure, exploring new places, or chasing something exciting. Last night, though, was one of the wildest dreams I've ever had. I was chasing a bird. And let me tell you, it was no ordinary bird or ordinary chase. It all started when I found myself in a wide, open field. The grass was tall and golden, swaying in the wind. The sky above was the deepest shade of blue, and there was a warm breeze blowing through my fur. I could feel the excitement building in my chest. Something was about to happen, I just knew it. Suddenly, I spotted it, a bird soaring high above me. It had beautiful, colorful feathers, and its wings seemed to shimmer in the sunlight. I could hear the soft whoosh of its wings as it glided through the air. My ears perked up, and my heart started racing. Instinct kicked in. Without a second thought, I started running, faster than I ever thought possible. My paws barely touched the ground as I sprinted across the field, my eyes locked on the bird. It flew in graceful loops, teasing me with its speed and agility. But I was determined. In my dream, I felt like I could run forever, and I was going to catch that bird, no matter what. As I ran, the landscape began to change. The golden field turned into a lush, green forest, and the bird darted between the tall trees, zigzagging in and out of the branches. But I wasn't going to let a few trees stop me. I weaved between them with ease, my tiny body moving like lightning through the dense foliage. The bird let out a playful chirp, as if daring me to keep up. "Oh, you think you're fast?" I thought to myself. Well, you haven't met Abigail the speedster. With renewed energy, I pushed myself harder, my legs pumping as fast as they could go. The wind rushed past my face, and I felt unstoppable. But the bird wasn't going to make it easy. It swooped down low, flying just above the ground, and I leaped into the air, trying to catch it. For a moment, I felt like I was flying too, my paws leaving the ground as I soared after the bird. But just as I was about to grab it with my teeth, it pulled up sharply and zoomed back into the sky. I landed gracefully on the ground, ready to continue the chase. Then, something incredible happened. The bird began to fly higher and higher, heading straight toward the clouds. I didn't even hesitate. In my dream, I felt weightless, and suddenly, I was no longer running, I was flying too. My paws paddled through the air as if they were still on the ground, and I followed the bird straight into the sky. We soared through the fluffy white clouds, and the view was breathtaking. Below us, the world looked tiny, with rivers, mountains, and forests stretching out in every direction. I had never felt so free. The bird and I twisted and turned in the sky, flying in wide loops and swoops. It was exhilarating. The bird glanced back at me, almost as if it was smiling. I could tell it was enjoying the game as much as I was. We flew side by side for a moment, racing through the sky, and I barked joyfully, feeling like the queen of the clouds. Just when I thought I was about to finally catch the bird, it suddenly dove toward the ground. I followed without hesitation, speeding down through the sky like a rocket. The wind whipped around me, and my ears flapped in the breeze. The ground was rushing up toward us, and I could feel the thrill of the chase building inside me. I was so close, just a few more feet, and I'd have the bird. But right before I could pounce, the bird pulled another tricky move. It darted into a cave, disappearing into the darkness. I skidded to a stop just outside the entrance, my paws kicking up dust. The cave was deep and mysterious, with strange echoes bouncing off the walls. My heart was pounding in my chest, but I wasn't about to give up now. I cautiously stepped into the cave, my eyes adjusting to the dim light. The birds' chirps echoed in the distance, and I followed the sound, determined to find it. The cave was filled with winding tunnels and sparkling crystals that reflected the little light that seeped through the entrance. It felt like I had entered another world entirely. As I ventured deeper into the cave, I came across a large underground lake. The water was so clear that I could see fish swimming beneath the surface. And there, perched on a rock in the middle of the lake, was the bird, its colorful feathers glowing in the dim light. I knew I had to be careful. This was my chance. I crouched low, creeping forward, my eyes never leaving the bird. My paws were silent on the stone floor as I inched closer and closer. The bird looked completely at ease, as if it didn't even realize I was there. This was it. I was going to catch it. With one swift movement, I leaped into the air, my paws outstretched, ready to finally catch the bird. But just as I was about to reach it, the bird let out a cheerful chirp and took off into the air, soaring over the lake and out of the cave. I landed softly on the ground, watching as the bird flew away, disappearing into the bright sunlight outside the cave. At first, I felt disappointed. I had been so close. But then, a sense of peace washed over me. The chase had been thrilling, and even though I hadn't caught the bird, I had experienced an incredible adventure. And just like that, I woke up from my dream. I was back in my cozy bed next to Kai, with the morning sun streaming through the window. My heart was still racing from the excitement of the dream, and I couldn't help but wag my tail. What a wild adventure it had been! Chasing that bird through fields, forests, and even the sky, it was a dream I would never forget. Kai noticed me stirring and smiled down at me. "Good morning, Abigail. Did you have a good dream?" I barked softly, letting her know that I had just been on one of the most exciting adventures of my life. Well, dream life, anyway. Dreams can take us on the wildest journeys, and even though I didn't catch the bird, I realized that sometimes the joy is in the chase itself. Who knows what my next dream will bring, but one thing's for sure, I'm always ready for the adventure. The end has come. See you guys soon. Much love from Abigail.